I digress. Haven't gotten through the intro. I'm already digressing.
Right.
Welcome to this is my turn.
Sorry.
Welcome to the Get Offset podcast. My name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
I don't have any anxiety.
Right?
None.
No,
Never.
Didn't we both forget who was supposed to start last week and then neither of us started, and this week we both started at the same time?
Yeah. So
classic.
Opposite problems. Same podcast, different problems.
Opposite day.
But yeah. I got a couple new things. Do you want to see them?
Absolutely.
I'll show you the thing that only the people who do one-off gigs or cover band gigs will appreciate. I got a binder.
There we go.
I got a binder. I have all my charts and notes for my John Prine tribute gig on Wednesday coming up. In here, I have some notes I've written out. Gonna put in here. Really excited for my organization, because normally I just have loose sheets of paper.
Right.
It's a new era for Emily, a new Emily era, and it actually has really helped my anxiety I had about this gig, because there are just so many songs.
Right. You're starting to turn into a worship musician. I'm so proud.
Or just a consummate professional. I was going to say the F word there, but yeah, decided against it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Progress. Again, closer to being a worship musician.
Don't make me start dropping F-bombs. I will do it.
It's more of a dig on worship musicians than anything. It's the music stand for the 4-chord songs.
This is not different.
Well,
the one I have pulled up right now is 3 chords. They're John Prine songs, dude. They're not hard. It's mostly just that there's so damn many of them.
Sure.
If there were 10 of them, I'd be like, I can memorize this. But there's 16 that I have to learn, definitely learn. I agreed to play on 16 of them. I was sent a list of 26 songs.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that there were I think there were going to be 2 that were going to be played solo acoustic.
Yeah.
So 24-ish. And then I said, I will learn 16 of them.
Yeah.
Because it was just it's a lot, and not all the songs even had electric guitar. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm standing on it. And then I said, hey, I already charted out all the songs because I'm a professional.
Sure.
And I it helped my anxiety. So I went through, I charted all the songs. I made charts for all of them, for the bassist, and as a practice. And so I'm like, if we get into rehearsals, I'll have my volume pedal. If we'll see how it goes in rehearsals. And if it makes sense for me to add some ambient swells and licks and stuff, I'll do it. But I'm not making a promise to. So that's where I landed on it.
Well, very cool.
I'm proud of myself for maintaining a boundary. So
it's a good boundary. Boundaries are always good. Sometimes.
Yeah. But it'll be my first gig with this friend, the B-Bender.
There we go.
Very excited. It's going to be getting a lot of B-Bendy action because there was a lot of pedal steel in country music, and we don't have a pedal steel guitarist. So, yeah.
Well, there you go.
But I'm very excited.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
And of course, the guitar got bought in Nashville. It just sounds so damn good. No more. This is, again, for everyone, this is a guitar that used to have the cloud trucker ladies with the lightning bolts shooting out of their buttholes. Now it's painted gold, thanks to Philippe from Caroline Guitar Company and Boot from B.A. Ferguson. So, great stuff.
Radical radishes.
What did you just say to me?
I said radical radishes. What's wrong with that?
I've never heard that before.
I say it at work sometimes, and I'm pretty sure it's why people hate me. I also like to say awesome possum.
Awesome possum I've heard because it rhymes.
Yep.
It reminds me of a TikTok I saw where this Gen Zer was asking a Gen Xer if he knew... a millennial, if he knew what certain Gen Z terms, slang terms were.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was FOMO.
That's not a Gen Z term.
I feel like one of them was fit, and one of them was bet.
I know bet.
Yeah, well, bet's like old.
Yeah.
Bet's like you bet. Like
I could maybe see like what
he basically got all of them, but one of them she didn't give it to him because she did not understand his answer, because I think he said, "Oh, it's like steez," and she didn't know what steez was.
Steezy.
It was something like that. I don't think that was exactly what it was, but like she didn't understand his slang response, so she didn't give it to him.
I think that's one of the beautiful things and one of the tragic things with the age of the internet is, the half-life of slang is so much shorter.
Or long. FOMO. FOMO's been around, like, I think Drake popularized FOMO for white people.
Yeah, but I mean, that was more or less dead by like 2014.
I guess the kids are still saying it because
maybe it made a resurgence.
About it.
I haven't heard someone say FOMO in damn near a decade.
I remember when we started using it in like email subject line headers, I was like, I don't think people are going to be saying this for much longer.
Yeah, I mean, once it's made it to corporate circles, you know that the end is near. Yeah,
it means we have to maximize FOMO to sell tickets for this racing event or whatever. I was like, oh my God.
Like, on one hand, I get it. On the other hand, that's not very on fleek.
Valid, yes. On fleek, no. I have one more what's new before we can move on.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do you know what this is? It's the habit. I got a habit. I got a bad habit. And it's a good habit. I just got this yesterday. It's kind of late, and I was just playing. Since I was playing guitar like literally all day yesterday, the last thing I wanted to do was plug my guitar in.
Oh, look at that. That's just so cool.
I like the aesthetic. I know people bitch about aesthetics all the time. They're like, oh, this pedal's so ugly. I'm like,
no, I think it's
have you seen ugly
adorable.
Things? This is so cute. It looks like a board game, I mean.
Yeah. No, nostalgia. Pure family core memory style nostalgia.
Yeah. I love that for it. And I've been loving all the demos I've seen, especially Emily Hopkins. I think the internet has collectively agreed that Emily Hopkins made the best demo for this pedal by like a mile. It came with a sticker with the new Chase Bliss logo, so that'll be added to my workbench.
The new Chase Bliss logo is sick, by the way.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. It came with a little button, so it's like, never talk to me or my son ever again. So now I have at least two pedals I can make that joke with, because the other one is the Death by Audio brooms. So I love being able to make that joke with guitar pedal. So stupid.
I've got a pin for my Avalanche run. Does that count?
Oh, really? Yeah. I think everyone should make that joke with their pedals. I love that. I love that for you. You can make a dad joke, a literal dad joke with your guitar pedals now. And I came up with it, so obviously I have fallen to a dark side. Not the dark side, a dark side. But yes, I'm excited. So the habit kind of falls into the blooper mood family. It really falls right in the middle of the two. It's fascinating. So it's always listening like the mood was. The mood was kind of a micro looper.
Yep.
But the habit goes longer. It can go up to 3 minutes. And it's always listening. So it's always like playing back things that you were playing, like a delay pedal.
Yep.
Is always listening. And it has the modulations of the blooper.
Ooh.
So it doesn't have the manual looping of the blooper, but it has those modulation types and some of the other kind of like you can sort of repeat it back on itself and things like that. And so it's really interesting how it kind of falls like into the middle of those two things. So I'm very interested and excited. I am not. They've sold out internally as of recording this. Like just this morning, I saw the post. They've sold out internally of their stock.
And I heard they made a lot of these.
Yes. Well, I have serial number 1916.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They've sold. They made a lot. So it's not like, oh, they can't believe they only made like. No, they made a lot, guys and gals.
I think
ladies and gentledoms.
A new fear has been unlocked.
What is that?
My new fear is that Joel's been so successful, he's going to retire soon, and this'll. Don't retire. We need you.
He's got stuff, and it came the manual's like a Moleskine kind of.
Oh yeah, that looks quality.
And then in the middle is a little intermission. I know you can't see it right now, but you'll see it later.
Aw.
This is fancy. Wow. I don't know. This is expensive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, usually people just like the manual is just like a throwaway item.
Well, I think that the manual for this, if it had been like a printed out sheet, like it usually is, it would have been so long. Because that's how it would have been. That's how it kind of was for the blooper. Like it was multiple.
Right.
Oh.
That is a product that people take a lot of pride in.
Yeah.
That is not just a mass produced hunk of junk that nobody could care less about. That is boutique. I think that meets the
boutique.
I think regardless of the number of units being made, that is the embodiment of what boutique was always striving to be. So
totally.
Congrats, folks. You outdone yourselves again.
Bing. All right. So what's new with you, dude?
What's new with me is I'll talk about it briefly then. Therapy.
Oh, good for you.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Been putting it off for a very long time. Won't get into too many details, but it's important. And intake session was brutal.
Always is, man. Always is.
Yep. It was one of those
Did you do like a 200 question questionnaire or something?
50 minutes. So why are you here? And I was like, oh, well, boy, let me tell you. And I didn't even get through everything, but
it's like, I don't know if we have time. Where should we start?
Right. So.
Oh, I clapped and the cat ran out of the room.
Aw.
I did not know she was in here.
I didn't either.
I don't know why you would.
I don't. Exactly. So anyways, a lot of junk food this week to, be like, oh, life is so hard. But
talking to food about feelings, very normal.
Including some graters. That was last night.
That's the best ice cream in the world for those who don't know. Those who know, and those who don't know should learn. It's
pretty damn good. I got the mint chip one.
Oh, I'm not a big mint ice cream person.
I'm not a big fake mint fan. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm eating toothpaste, and I don't really like mint toothpaste to begin with. So when a mint chip ice cream can get that more like herbal mint flavor going, I'm a fan, and they've got it down. Yeah. So
Grater's a Cincinnati ice cream, and you can find it at any grocery chain that's like owned by Kroger. So like Harris Teeter, obviously Kroger. Shoot, what's the any of them? Any of them.
Yep.
Just look. They usually have the black raspberry chip and the mint chocolate chip.
The chips are so like melt in your mouth. Like I don't even have to chew them.
Yeah, exactly. It's because when they make them like a couple gallons at a time in the French press, the French pot method, I mean, and they just pour melted chocolate into the ice cream. So it's not really like they're not just like putting cold chips into the ice cream some makers do, and that makes them kind of seem like waxy and cold and hard. Yeah.
So
I don't even eat ice cream if it's not Grater's, really.
I thought about just eating it on the podcast live, but
it's so early.
My hope was, so I got it a few nights ago. And my plan was initially, if I was going to eat it on the podcast, I was going to have to eat through to the bottom of the pint where there's only a little bit left so I could finish it off live instead of having to pause and run back to the freezer to put it away. Nice. But I'm only like a third of the way into it, and I couldn't bring myself to eat 2/3 of it in one go on the show.
It's rich ice cream. It's rich.
I could. For God's sake, I did an entire thing of frozen Cool Whip once, but
well, that's not as rich. I feel like, oh God, like I feel like the Cool Whip would wreck your like digestive system. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Ready for liftoff in T-10. 9. Yeah. Anyways, so full circle back. I encourage anybody who has been putting it off for far too long to seek out a therapist. And
they're going to say try Graders. I forgot about the therapist. I'm so sorry, Andrew. I forgot what we were talking about.
No, I mean it's my what to know. I haven't been doing a whole lot outside of working and sleeping and eating and a little bit of family time. So hopefully, not for the sake of productivity, but for the sake of enjoying life, I can get back into more activities here soon, especially after a few sessions of trying to level set a bit more. So
yeah. Well, we all hung out at your house last weekend, so we did do some activities.
You do.
We watched Will Smith slap Chris Rock at the. We all thought it was a bit.
I thought it was a bit. Yeah.
It looked there's no way. We're all like, it looked fake as hell. And then then your friend pulled up like the version with audio.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that was real, wasn't it?
Yep. That was anger. That was fire.
Yeah.
And not like in the Gen Z way.
Oofta. Enough about that. The Grammys are tonight, though.
Yeah.
Oh, but I would like to pause and say we have a new Patreon supporter. I don't know his real name. I just know his handle is Value Vinyl.
Hi, Value Vinyl.
$5 level. If you'd like to be half as cool or as cool or even twice as cool, because there are multiple tiers on our Patreon, you can join us at patreon.com/GetOffset.
Tiers for friends.
Many tiers for friends, not fears, just friends. So thank you, Value Vinyl, and for your support and friendship. And we hope to see a lot more of you over there in the Discord. It is a great place with lots of supportive, wonderful humans. And it's one of my favorite little corners of the internet, personally. There are many days where I just don't want anyone to talk to me, but I always like talking to people on the Discord.
And my contribution to Value Vinyl joining is radical radishes. There we go.
Nice.
Yep.
Nicely done. We also have merch at getoffsetpodcast.com/shop. Great ways to support the podcast and the channel is to, like, comment, subscribe, leave reviews, positive reviews on iTunes. I think Spotify allows you to review podcasts now.
Oh, that's new.
I don't know. Spotify Get Offset Podcast. We'll do it live.
Ooh, there we go. While you're looking that up, I just want to say that I've got these adorable paper clips on my desk. It's a cat paper clip, and it's orange.
That's really cute.
Got a whole bunch of them.
I don't see reviews, so maybe not.
Maybe not. All right.
I do have one episode that's tagged about COVID. There's a podcast called the Offset Podcast that I'm going to now click on because it's called the Offset Podcast, and they tackle some of the toughest issues in performing arts.
Just gotta casually grab my phone here.
In performing arts medicine.
Interesting.
Oh, they're not active.
Less interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Well, anyways.
I guess you can't review podcasts there.
Well, maybe it's for the best. Maybe they're still shook up by the public review of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want review bombing.
Yeah, maybe.
I bet you if they opened reviews, they'd get review bombed.
Yeah, but kind of in both ways, because Rogan's fans are very dedicated.
Yeah, so you'll end up with an average of a 3.7.
Though I will say, I did see a recent clip from Joe Rogan where he basically turned Jordan Peterson's brain inside out a little bit, which was nice.
That doesn't sound difficult, though. My Instagram Reels algorithm seems to think that I really like Jordan Peterson, and I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't get it either. It's like I feel like that's how it becomes so easy to get like radicalized into certain like weird subsects because sometimes like algorithms just think you must like this shit and then just start like sending it to you. Like I liked one Joe Rogan-esque tweet, like one tweet about, or like I didn't even like it actually. I just like read a thread.
Uh-huh.
And then I started getting like a shit ton of Joe Rogan stuff. And I was like, why? I read one thing. Why do you think I want to see only this now?
Right.
And it was all very like pro Rogan. I'm like, I'm not even getting like a balanced like diet. I'm just getting like the stuff that would make you think that like everything's a sham. It'd be like if you read one anti-COVID thread and then all you got was the stuff that made it seem like COVID was a hoax, but you weren't seeing like the people in the replies that was like, you're not reading the science. Here's the actual study. And here's what it actually says. Like, cause I noticed that cause before I like was like, I don't want to hear about this topic anymore because you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I did read the threads and they were like, you're taking this this is
cherry
like,
picking.
Here's the actual quote. You're cherry picking. Yeah. So I was actually like reading the threads to like see like what the responses were to what was being said, and it was like it gave me more balance. But most people aren't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really weird.
I mean, that's exactly how I ended up having to have an awkward conversation with my dad about a year ago, and he's like, "Well, the vaccine and yada yada yada." I'm like, "Dad, what is your source here?" And he's like, sent me the source, like a website that looked kind of legit at first until he started digging around the about, and it was tied to some organization out of like Eastern Washington State or something like that. That was all like very dedicated against all medicine, everything. It's like one of those like
cool. Christian Scientist things.
Yeah, something like really intense, and the studies that they were referencing were completely taken out of context, but you dressed it up in a certain way. Cherry pick it. There's a lot you can do there to make it look really like it's good up front.
Well, the money tells me the data needs to say this.
Yeah.
Big Theranos energy.
Oh, no.
Okay, back to guitars.
Bloody hell.
or music at least. So we all know that MGK is bringing back electric guitar.
Oh, fuck off.
I made Andrew do it. I made Andrew do it. I made Andrew tell me
What
to
a
fuck right off.
farce.
All right.
What a farce. Don't get me wrong. Like, sure, the guitar is involved, but
I think he's I got no words. I have no words for MGK. I don't want to talk about him.
I'm just waiting for people to start spray painting MGK as God in the alleyways.
I will say there does seem to be more guitar-based music available in popular music, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person who watches I watch TV. I watch like Saturday Night Live, and I watch the musical guests, and I tend to like pay attention when those pop acts have like guitars, and I feel like I see more of them lately,
Sure.
and I like that. And I wanted years ago to do a project like early in COVID. Rick and I started doing a project, and ultimately we got busier during the pandemic, which everyone told us that wasn't going to happen. But it happened to us. But we were going to listen through the Billboard Hot 100 starting in 2007-ish and getting as far as we could go. We were going to make a list and do like a data analysis, seeing how many songs per year in the top 100, Hot 100, I should say, had guitar like prominently,
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of see how it trended over the years. And we didn't get super far, but it did seem to trend down.
All right.
And maybe it's trending up. But that kind of leads me into a separate story. I love award shows. We talked about this last weekend. I just love them. I like being exposed to things that I don't normally seek out. So I especially love the Grammys because I don't seek out these kinds of performances typically. I learn a lot and about what other people are listening to primarily.
Sure.
And so yeah, I'm curious to see like what the makeup is of this. But I remember, and I'm not going to name who I was talking to, but somebody in one of those groups said, I didn't move away from pop music. Pop music moved away from me. And I remember thinking, I just don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe you just didn't like keep up. Because I feel like if we want to be like professional,
that's some real
musician,
stick in the mud energy right there.
Yeah, it's like literal stick in the mud energy. You're just not going to be moved. If what you want to be is like a professional guitarist, it is part of your job. It like actually a working guitarist, part of your job is to be aware of what the current trends are and find ways for your craft to work within those trends. That's my stance on it. And if what you want to be is a metal guitarist, then yeah, that's going to specifically apply to metal. But you can't say that's like pop. Like maybe there's space for guitar and pop music. Maybe there's not. I think that there have been some eras where it hasn't been made. Space hasn't been made for guitar and pop music. But yeah, let's I have the nominees pulled up if we want to talk about them some.
Let's find out what kind of a rock I've been living under for the last year.
All right. So we're gonna start with the general field. How's that sound?
General field?
Yes. Record of the year. ABBA, Still Have Faith in You. Apparently it's a great record.
All right. That's a name I recognize.
ABBA's very disco. I feel like there's usually guitars in there.
All right.
Freedom by John Baptiste. Probably guitars in that. I Get a Kick Out of You, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Maybe.
Jazz.
Yeah. Peaches, Justin Bieber.
Aww.
I heard one of his songs and the guitar was really out of tune in it. Right on Time, Brandy Carlisle.
There we
Seattle's
go.
own. Hey,
There we
definitely
go.
guitars. Kiss Me More, Doja Cat featuring SZA.
How is SZA spelt? I'm curious.
You don't know how SZA's spelled?
No, I have no idea. I don't recognize the name, but I want to know.
SZA.
All right.
Isn't that like how RZA from Wu-Tang is spelled? Am I just completely making something up?
I'm just trying to figure out if it's like trying to like say scissor in a funny way, or if it's just like an onomatopoeia situation.
Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. I feel like there's usually some like subdued guitars in there. Call Me By Your Name. Montero, Call Me By Your Name by Lil Nas X. Maybe not so much.
Nope. Not that I remember.
The person who might actually be bringing guitar back in pop, Olivia Rodrigo, Driver's License.
Great album. I stan.
Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. Very revivalist R&B.
It's really good.
It's fun.
I liked it.
I think that you forget anybody other than Bruno Mars is in it.
I mean, that
it's really hard to compete with Bruno Mars.
Yeah, but the album sounded phenomenal, and hats off to Bruno for ranging a bit and throughout the last decade of his career.
I like Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
is he ranging?
That's a range. That's a step outside of what would have been a comfort zone for the height of his fame.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Album of the year, We Are, John Baptiste. Wow, there is a shit ton of names on that. Holy crap. You cannot see this, but some of these have featured artists. Every artist, it looks like, is mentioned on this. Producers. Holy fart. I'm going to send this to you. I'm not going to read all these names, but featured artists are on here, I guess because of horns and stuff. But producers are mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like they just made everyone a producer on that song. That's silly. Okay, Love for Sale by Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. Justice, Justin Bieber, which has even more people listed. Even more people listed on it. Planet Her by Doja Cat, Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish, which does not have a shit ton of people mentioned on it. Back of My Mind, Her, which also has a shit ton of people mentioned on it, including DJ Khaled and Chris Brown. Boo.
Boo.
I love her, but I don't love Chris Brown. This has
everybody hates Chris.
Chris Brown, Corday, DJ Khaled, Lil Baby, Thundercat. I love Thundercat.
But only one person slaps Chris. Rock.
So I say, no, Chris Brown is the one who does the slapping.
Uno reverse. Chris Rock. Well, okay.
Ty Dolla $ign. So many names. Montero, Lil Nas X, Sour, Olivia Rodrigo, Evermore, Taylor Swift, Donda, Kanye West. Wait, am I reading these backwards? Oh, goddamn, I am. Record is the single song, album is the whole album. So yeah, that's why there's so many.
Gotcha.
Those were backwards in my brain.
So still a lot of people on a record.
Yeah, so now it makes more sense. I'm like, how are you having Chris Brown and Thundercat on the same song? I'm stupid. I'm sleepy. And then I saw Donda, which has even more. And also has Chris Brown. Ugh. And Marilyn Manson. Song of the year, Bad Habits. That's an Ed Sheeran song. A Beautiful Noise, Brandy Carlisle and Alicia Keys. Driver's License, Olivia Rodrigo. Fight for You, Her.
Yep.
Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish. Kiss Me More, Doja Cat featuring SZA. Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic, Montero, Lil Nas X, Peaches.
That
Justin
should never
Bieber,
have been
Right on
nominated, but
Time. Brandy Carlisle's nominated for 2 Song of the Year Grammys.
wow.
Ah, I love that for her.
I'm on board with everything except for the Peaches nomination.
Yeah.
I that's like that. One of these things is not like the other.
I don't even think Justin Bieber's music is good.
I think some of it is, but the
Every
recent
time I've
stuff
heard
is
any of his songs, I've been like, I don't think that's good. I have not heard a Justin Bieber song lately and thought that it was good.
I think the last time that I heard a Justin Bieber song, I'm like, okay, like I can vibe with this was Love Yourself.
Ah.
That was a while ago.
Best New Artist, Arouge, Aftab. I don't know who that is. Jimmy Allen, don't know. Baby Keem, don't know. Phineas. I think it's so weird when you are nominated for Best New Artist and you have Grammys.
Right?
That is, like, funny. Like, did Billie Eilish win Best New Artist? Didn't she win that award?
I'm pretty sure she did, and Phineas...
Now he's nominated.
Was the producer for that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he gets a Grammy for it. Glass Animals, which they've been around forever. That's so funny. Japanese Breakfast is who I want to see win, but it's going to be Olivia Rodrigo. The Kid Leroy, Arlo Parks, and So Weedy. Oh, my neck. Yeah, so those are the generals.
Yeah, I think Olivia Rodrigo sweeps that.
I think she's going to do it pretty well.
Yep.
She's not going to sweep the categories. No way.
No. But for the new artist.
She's going to get Best New Artist. I think Song of the Year, I don't know. Maybe.
I could see that going for a number of directions. There's some really solid songs in there.
Yeah, and a lot of it is voting, just kind of like how people are going to vote. Because sometimes the pop, hip hop, and R&B people can be like the people who would vote in that would be a little bit split, and then they would end up voting for like the surprise favorite. So that's like how Casey Musgraves won. Like, oh, well, everyone was kind of like, you know, it's like how Nader split the George H.W. Bush vote in '92. You know, a little bit.
Sure.
And so it could be Brandy.
I could see that. I'd be super down with it. I think I don't think there's any songs on that list that I'd be upset for winning Song of the Year. I'd have preferences. But if Bieber wins, I'm flipping tables.
Yeah. Album of the Year, John Batiste would surprise me a little. Tony Bennett and Gaga would surprise me. Bieber would surprise me. Yep. Billie Eilish wouldn't surprise me. Her wouldn't surprise me. Lil Nas X would not surprise me. Rodrigo wouldn't surprise me.
Nope.
Taylor Swift kind of would surprise me. Kanye West would surprise the shit out of me. I don't see.
There's no way.
There's a way, but it would still surprise me.
I'm gonna let you finish, but nah.
Mm-hmm. And then Record of the Year, I don't know. Maybe ABBA. Honestly. I think ABBA could win Record of the Year.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. I want it to be Brandy or Lil Nas X. Honestly.
I'd be happy with both of those.
Yeah.
Montero was a solid album.
Yeah.
I'd be super cool with that. And talk about the splash that it made. In terms of cultural impact, that's hard to deny.
Yeah, it's true. Talking about pop, though, if we want to like look at what has guitar, best pop solo performance is Anyone by Justin Bieber. I don't know if that has guitar. Right on Time by Brandy definitely has guitar. Happier Than Ever, Billie, she definitely uses guitar. Ariana Grande, I don't know if she uses guitar, but Olivia Rodrigo, Driver's License, she definitely uses a lot of guitar.
Yep.
So like just looking at that field, That's a lot more guitar. Like people who have guitar in their touring bands and like feature guitar when they do like live late night TV and stuff.
Right. And I'm just going to address the elephant in the room here. You want to know who's not in that list?
Who?
MGK.
It's pop though. He would be like, I'm a rock. I do rock. I do the rock music now.
Right, but he's bringing guitar back to pop?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's what he's saying. But like the thing about like pop guitar is that it's a lot more of like the disco stuff right now. So like the Nile Rodgers chic inspired stuff. So if you want to like learn how to play guitar for like pop stuff right now, go learn a bunch of Chic songs. Go learn a bunch of Prince, like early Prince songs. Mm-hmm. And then you'll be in a much better place. And that's been the case for a long time. Listen to Party in the USA and then like also listen to like Lizzo's Juice and like listen to the guitar stuff in that. It's a lot more living on the top 4 strings and a lot less like Eddie Van Halen.
Yep. I
love Eddie, and that's the fun stuff and you can still learn it, but you have to be proficient in other things.
Right.
Best duo, Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett.
I could see that.
Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco. Nope. Butter by BTS, which I think has guitar in it. Some of their songs have guitar, but it's funk guitar.
Sure. I could see that going just because BTS is a worldwide phenomenon.
Oh, God. Their fans will get so annoying if they don't win. They'll get annoying if they do, but they'll get more annoying if they don't. Coldplay, Higher Power.
I thought they stopped making music.
They said they were going to stop touring.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And then Doja Cat and SZA. Yes.
I'd like to see Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett win that one personally. Powerhouse in terms of duets.
All right. I don't have an opinion on that category. I'm going to go down to rock. Best rock performance. Shot in the Dark, AC/DC. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that really one of the best rock records we could come up with last year?
I mean, AC/DC is AC/DC, so AC/DC will AC/DC. I'm not surprised it's on the list. But AC/DC is typical, like, it's recycled. It's a sound that's been around. But it's not new or revolutionary or anything. At this point.
The next is Know You Better Live from Capitol Studio A by the Black Pumas. They're great. I love the Black Pumas. However, now this is just like a live record from them, and last year's album for which they were nominated was weirdly just like a deluxe version that was released because the original recording of that record wasn't eligible for the Grammy Awards, and they actually kind of got big after their eligibility had passed, so the label re-released a deluxe version, which was eligible.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's gaming the system.
It is. I feel weird about it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Grammy bait. This next one I feel weird about because though I love Chris Cornell, Nothing Compares to You, and I love his version of it, that's also very old.
Yeah.
That's
weird.
And then there's a Deftones record.
Welcome to 1997.
And then Making a Fire by Foo Fighters.
I wonder if that one just wins out of sympathy.
No, the votes have already been counted.
Yeah.
So, that is a depressing ass list of rock, like, not to say anything bad about any of those bands, but I look at that list and I'm like, only one of those bands is like new. And I would say only the Black Pumas and the Foo Fighters relevant.
Yep.
So I look at that, I'm like, man, can we not find like better rock? I'm not even going to say anything, like, I wasn't even going to say anything about, like, how they're all dudes, but...
Sure.
I mean, I guess we could. Last year's rock category had a lot of women in it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yep, I do.
And this one has 0. And it's all like if you look at the average age of this, it has to be like, well, one, I think you would have to remove AC/DC because, well, AC/DC and I think the Black Pumas are about to cancel each other out. But then the average age is just...
The number of bands that don't qualify for an AARP membership is lower than it should be, or higher than it should be.
I want the Black Pumas or the Foo Fighters to win. Although I do love Nothing Compares to You's Chris Cornell's version, and it's always very nice.
Sure.
But I think he does the yeah. But yeah. All right. Best metal is Deftones Genesis. They're nominated for rock and metal?
Weird.
Huh.
Go on.
The Alien by Dream Theater. Okay.
Okay.
Amazonia by Gojira.
Yeah.
Mastodon's Pushing the Tides. Okay. And Rob Zombie's The Triumph of King Freak, A Crypt of Preservation and Superstition.
That sounds very Rob Zombie.
That sounds very Rob Zombie. Fine. Best rock song is All My Favorite Songs by Rivers. Sorry, I just realized. Rivers Cuomo is now co-writing songs with one of Nashville's most famous songwriters, Ashley Gorley.
Okay,
good job. Good for you, Rivers Cuomo. You can't do it on your own. Ashley Gorley is such a great songwriter. I would ship myself to write with Ashley Gorley. Wow, fantastic.
Good for Rivers.
That song's probably quite good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bandit by Caleb Falwell, aka Kings of Leon. Distance, Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. Find My Way, Paul McCartney. Writing a War, Foo Fighters. I want the Foo Fighters to win that one.
I'd be happy with either Foo Fighters or Wolfgang.
Yeah. There is not a single woman nominated in the entire rock field.
That is kind of mind-blowing.
This is why I have to say the Grammys for that one.
Well, there it is. Birds in the air. Double.
That's so stupid. And for those of you saying, it's supposed to be about who's best, not filling a quota, I just want to get ahead of it and say, then you're just telling on yourself by saying that you don't think a woman can be best.
Right.
Fantastic.
So,
best rock album is AC/DC, Black Pumas, Chris Cornell, Foo Fighters, Paul McCartney.
Yeah. So there's something that I would like to point out about who is and who is not on this list. Do you know who's not on this list whatsoever?
Who?
MGK. Get stuffed.
Dude, I don't think that was released with an eligibility. I don't... You keep saying that, but... Oh my God. Okay. Great.
What else we got?
Like, why couldn't they put... Okay, I'm just... Japanese Breakfast, for example. They nominated her for Best New Artist, but they... Like, I don't... Oh, wait, there she is. Alternative.
Okay.
Where you put the rock music that you don't think is as important because you don't want... Whatever. Sure, Fleet Foxes. If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power by Halsey. She's a pop artist. Whatever. Jubilee, Japanese Breakfast, Collapse and Sunbeams, Arlo Parks' Daddy's Home by St. Vincent. Why is St. Vincent not in the rock category?
Because it's alternative.
What does that mean?
Rock
There's one alternative award.
Yeah.
And it's rock. It's just like rock, but we just don't think it's as important. Rock, but we're going to put some ladies in there.
I think there's a different flavor with what I would bucket into alternative versus rock.
But last year they didn't really make that distinction. Last year It was Phoebe Bridgers, Big Thief. It was all like
right. But you and I had this argument last year where I said I'm not sure how I feel about that all of that being considered rock and roll.
And I said, did you even listen to any of those songs?
Yeah.
And did you?
I did. I stand by the assessment. I'm more comfortable with some of those being bucketed as alternative.
And I think that, like, you think rock is hard rock.
Yes.
I don't.
That's fine. I mean, it's not a question of what's good or not. It's just a question of how to classify it. And that's ultimately pedantic. So,
yeah. Let's see. There's some R&B. That's usually pretty guitar friendly. Rap, I don't. Country. Oh, best solo performance is Luke Combs. He loves his Confederate flag. Mickey Guyton. Jason Isbell. Love it.
cool.
Casey Musgraves and Chris Stapleton. Duos. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything interesting. Oh, Maren Morris is nominated for Best Country Song, for Better Than We Found It.
Cool.
And Casey Musgraves. See, what's amazing is that the Grammy Awards have better representation for women than country radio does.
No,
Than country radio does. Then the CMAs probably, but I didn't look at the CMAs. But yeah, than country radio does, than they do in their rock.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm actually trying to get to like see if there's like Americana kind of stuff down here. There, American Roots. Best American Roots performances: Cry, John Batiste; Love and Retreat, Billy Strings. I Wish I Knew How to Buy Boys of Alabama with Bela Fleck. He's still kicking. Same Devil, Brandy Clark featuring Brandy Carlisle. What a dream combo, man! If you don't know Brandy Clark, you should listen to Brandy Clark. She's so great. Great songwriter. Best American Roots album: Rhiannon Giddens. I don't know. I'm not gonna read these. This is so boring. Valerie June, John Batiste, Yola, Allison Russell. Americana album: Jackson Browne, John Hyatt, Los Lobos, Allison Russell, Yola. Bluegrass. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of exhausted. Interesting. Oh, reggae. Guess it's not in there. Article Sound System is not in there.
Shocker.
That's for those who don't know. That's the band that was trying to sue.
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
Yep.
For the song that they both stole from Outkast.
My hot take is that there's not a lot of hot takes this year. It's going to be. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get anything particularly spicy or scandalous, or I think it's going to be a fairly routine sounding show.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't think anybody's going to get slapped in the face.
Not likely. Yeah.
I'm going to try to watch it tonight. I don't know how much of it I'll be able to watch. I'm so busy. I spent basically all of yesterday practicing for my gig. I'm going to be doing the same today. So, yeah.
Well, I'll probably stick around for the Taylor Hawkins tribute and then cry myself to sleep with some graders.
I mean, the tribute to him is probably just going to be his picture on a screen. They couldn't have pulled anything together that fast.
I don't know. Never know.
Yeah. It's wild that they were supposed to perform and they were going to be like last minute fill-ins for like what, 9 Inch Nails or something? Something
like that, yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
I wonder if they perform without Taylor.
No, they canceled.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're all like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. And the Grammys were like Sunday and this is Tuesday now.
Right.
Everyone's like living in the past.
Well, I'm going to go live in the future.
Yeah, I'm going to go play guitar.
I'm going to go clean my house.
Yes. Good.
Yep.
Cool. Well, everybody out there, please like, comment, subscribe.
Agreed. I concur.
Yeah. It's good to be in agreement. We may not agree about what rock is.
And that's okay.
Oh my God. It's just like the average age of that category. It has to be like 55.
It's like a Depends commercial.
No. It's just like, it's just, you can't find, like, come on.
You just know
like,
that the writers have Viagra.
I just think that now they're saying, oh, if you're under 30 and 35 and you're making rock music, then it's alternative. I just feel like that's what's happening.
Thank you for
Even
listening.
under 40, damn. Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
Goodbye.
Bye.